Hello everyone, namjoonslostairpods here. Today I am going to be reviewing K-pop opinions I found on Reddit again because that video seemed to do quite good. I mean, look at this. Thank you all so much for watching my video and getting it to almost 1,000 views. I know unpopular K-pop opinion videos usually do pretty well, but I was definitely not expecting this turnout. So thank you all so much for your support. If I mention anything that is false or say something that doesn't make sense, please let me know so that I will not make the same mistake in the future. Here is my disclaimer that I guess needs to be in these videos. I am not sending hate to any of the people mentioned in this video, and these are all opinions that I found on Reddit. I am simply sharing what I think about them. Please be respectful if you disagree. Thank you. Enjoy. I agree. While facial expressions definitely contribute to stage presence, they are not stage presence, specifically with idols. I think good stage presence consists of facial expressions, dancing style, and the execution of the overall concept, if that makes sense. But facial expressions alone do not make someone have good stage presence. Also, some facial expressions are extra, not needed, and just plain bad. But I mostly see that in rookies, so it's fine. An example of a group that I believe has great stage presence is ATEEZ. Seriously, look at any of their live stages and tell me otherwise. I think each member emulates each concept beautifully and in a subtle manner, if that makes sense. But let me know what your criteria for good stage presence is in the comments. I agree. Don't come for me, Blinks. When it first came out I was really into it because it didn't sound like their usual title tracks, but I got tired of it pretty quickly. Sorry. I, like many other people, think that Pretty Savage should have been the title track. I feel like Lovesick Girls belongs in like 2014 or something. Don't get me wrong. I like the song, and when it comes on shuffle I don't always skip it. But I don't go out of my way to play it either. I agree. Say it again for the kids in the back. Yes, the beauty of the song is unbelievable. Your Eyes Tell wasn't even the title track of the album, but I definitely listen to it the most out of all the songs on the album. I've listened to it almost every day since it came out. The verses are so cohesive and I absolutely love the chorus. BTS slayed as per usual. I agree. Of course I loved all of the other solo songs from Love Yourself era. But there is just something about Epiphany that makes you want to just keep listening, and every time I listen to it I feel like I escape reality, which sounds cliche but I don't really care. When he goes, I'm the one I should love, I'm like, yes, period, self-love. I believe OP was talking about awards like Album of the Year, Song of the Year, and Artist of the Year, so this is information that I found for those categories. As far as I understand, fans do have a role in the artists that are winning these awards, and I do think that fans should not get a vote. But on the other hand, if that percentage went to sales, not everyone would get to participate and support their faves. So I guess this is where it gets kind of tricky, because they're fans who want to support their faves by voting because that is all they can do. On the other hand, then some groups will definitely win because of their fan base, even if another group deserves it. I mean, fan votes are only 20 or 30%, so they aren't that big of a percentage, but they definitely boost a group. To be completely honest, I'm not sure how to feel about the situation. I can understand it from both sides. However, if a group wins, they have to be at least decent, right? What do you think? I think to each their own. To be completely honest, I was not that fond of the retro trend in 2020, but I appreciate older trends being brought back and different groups putting a spin on it. But like I said, I wasn't really a huge fan of the retro trend. It just isn't my cup of tea. Sorry, not sorry. You are 100% correct. I mean, look at these people. Dark blue is my favorite hair color on so many idols, or really any blue, and I absolutely love to see it. I agree, although how am I supposed to stream half the songs I want to now? KKM.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god, what is that?
Anyways, I think if people want to stream their faves music and encourage others to do so, then they should be able to do it. Of course, not everyone has the time or the interest in streaming, and that's completely fine. However, streaming is a big part of awards and things like that these days, and no tea no shade. But the people that don't want to stream should not be complaining when their faves don't get an award that they wanted them to, because these days streaming is actually important. But like I mentioned, if you don't want to stream, that is completely okay, and you should not let anyone think that you are less of a fan for not doing so. To briefly explain, I believe when people say this, they are trying to say that they like BTS older music better or something along those lines. I will have to say I personally vibe with all of BTS music, as I believe they have an untouchable discography. Of course, there are going to be some songs that I don't listen to as much as the others, but for the most part I love how willing BTS are to experiment and try different styles and genres of music, as it makes their discography far more interesting to listen and is one of the reasons I love their music so much. It really rubs me the wrong way when people say they like BTS old or new music better than the other one, because I believe they work just as hard. Maybe I'm just sensitive or something, I don't know, but yeah, that's what I think. When I was first getting into K-pop and I saw this a lot, I really did think it was so cringy and unnecessary. Now that it's been a little over a year, I guess I am used to it or something, because it doesn't bother me as much as it used to. Although I do think many groups could be more creative with their album titles, I don't think it really messes anything up that much. Again, it might be just because I am so used to it by now, I don't know. I agree and I disagree, and here's why. Musically, K-pop is actually a genre much like regular pop. However, it is definitely also an industry. Many idols have to train for years in singing, rapping, dancing, and social interactions. I don't know if that's the right phrase, but I think you know what I mean. Anyways, they have to train in all of these to perfect them as much as possible, and many are also pressured into getting plastic surgery or losing weight to look a certain way. On the contrary, Western artists, for example, do not necessarily have to do these things. Of course, there are many Western artists that have trained in something, but it is not usually a requirement. Also in the West, people do not usually have to be attractive or look a certain way to be successful, and that is why I also think that K-pop is an industry. I agree, and I'm tired of being dismissed for not being professionally trained in music. If someone sounds bad, they sound bad. It's pretty simple actually. Of course, saying someone sounds bad because you don't like them is dumb, but I don't think you have to be trained in music to know if someone sounds off or straight up bad. I agree. Before I Can't Stop Me, I was not really a fan of Twice. I only liked More and More and one of the B-sides from that album, Shadow, but other than that, I didn't really listen to Twice or anything. However, after I Can't Stop Me came out, I listened to the Eyes Wide Open album and I am a big fan. I Can't Stop Me is my favorite title track of Twice's, and I guess that's just personal preference because I saw a lot of mixed reactions to the song, but that's what I think. I agree and disagree with this person, and here's why. I like the way mullets look on idols and I'm glad so many people decided to try it out. However, mullets are not for everyone, and I'm not going to say anyone's name, but I do not vibe with some of the people trying out mullets, and it just looks awkward and odd in my opinion. It really isn't that bad. I don't think it has longevity because I never catch myself listening to it, but I don't think it's an inherently bad song. I don't understand all of the hate it was getting. I will admit though, when I first listened to it, I was not really pleased with what I heard, especially since 90s Love is such a bop, but after a few listens I came around. Like I said, I don't really listen to it anymore that much, but if it comes on shuffle I listen to it sometimes and I really enjoy the dance, so yeah. If you have any video ideas, suggestions, or requests, please feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload.